Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Strategic Command World War II War in the Pacific, the newest game out by Fury Software and published by Matrix and Slytherin Games. This is episode number 13 of our Let's Play series looking at this game, which is a new release. It came out a couple of weeks ago. We are playing as the Allies in this playthrough. I may do a Japanese Let's Play and see if we can conquer, you know, all of the colonial empires. Not that Japan wasn't one. But right now, anyway, we're working our way through our first playthrough playing as the Americans. In the Central Pacific, we've been fighting a long-running, like a 6-month-long war of attrition or series of naval battles, which have largely gone our way, but not without tremendous cost. We've destroyed the vast majority of the Japanese fleet, but there are still elements around there that are a threat. We are trying to push toward the islands near the Philippines to sort of create a staging area for an invasion of the Philippines, but also so that we can close in on the Japanese home islands, which we're getting pretty close to, a little bit ahead of schedule, not dramatically so, but a little bit ahead of schedule versus history. Where we're really ahead of schedule is in the CBI theater, China, Burma, India. Less so in India. We've been making some progress, pushing the Japanese out of sort of the border towns near India, Burma, and into Burma a little bit. But where we're really having a lot of success, we've already liberated Indochina, or specifically Vietnam, from the Japanese. At least we've taken Hanoi and we're pushing south there. We've also pushed into Thailand a little bit. By all means, we have not won there yet. We don't have enough forces to win there quickly, but we are making progress there. We've also had a huge amount of success in China, pushing the Japanese back. In the last episode, we surrounded 2 full armies and then some in northern China. We've broken through in the center of China, and really we're sort of subdividing the Japanese forces. There are still considerable forces in China, but they've got their backs to the wall, and we are definitely winning there at the moment. And so it'll be interesting. Like, it feels weird to see that success there, while in the South Pacific and in the Central Pacific, things are going much more gradually, and America's really not ready for, like, a major push into Japan, but I don't know. We'll see. Meanwhile, we might get there ahead of the atom bomb being ready. I don't know. But we are working our way toward there, and I think we're on the path to victory, although we have not yet cinched it yet, primarily because Japan and the AI have done a much better job of recruiting sort of air and air units specifically. So they've got a pretty big advantage in terms of just numbers of tactical bombers and things like that. That being said, I did record this from a few days ago. This has just been me talking live now, but I'm going to go ahead and step back, turn it back over to my my pre-recording that I used when I was playing this game, and we'll see how things play out from here. Okay. I wonder if there will be a Thailand militia raised, although they already have. They're also pulling a lot of troops out of Burma by the looks of it. Let's do a little bit of bombardment work. Nothing's gonna inflict too many casualties, but might affect their morale. Wow, their morale is 1%. How's that? How is it that low? Alright. Okay, so we'll have good supply for most of the troops on this road south of Impal, thanks to that headquarter that moved. I wonder what their fallback line is. got a nice little 10-10 here that's pushing supplies forward to a lot of the troops here in southern China. Could use another headquarters in the north. Let's deploy that new Chinese army. Here, I'd say. Attack the Japanese artillery. Okay. Wonder if those partisans can go do anything of value. These guys should have good supply. They already do. So hopefully we can finish off the Pakoi pocket here and maybe take... I was going to say, do they have troops there? They do, apparently. Alright, let's try and blockade Pakoi. So now I can actually operate some of these ships from deep inside the South China Sea because of Hong Kong providing supplies. I'm guessing they've got... The weird thing is we haven't seen a whole lot of maritime bombers. You'd think they'd be pounding us heavily, but I suppose they could all be deployed to the Pacific, like the Central Pacific where our carriers are. Alright, we got a carrier here. Have our fighters try and destroy that air wing. Nice. 0-4. The medium bombers did good work there. It's probably because their supply is better than these guys over here. I was wondering why the air units in near Bunan aren't scheduled to do as much damage, but it's got to be a supply thing. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be a supply thing, but I suspect it's a supply thing. Torpedo boat comes up here and nearly finishes it off. Maybe this one can. And it does! We shattered it! No more enemy carrier in the slot. Hell yeah. Alright, so they lost another warship, so they're at 5. I really want to know... Maybe you can go repair in Australia. I was like, I don't know where the Musashi went. I'm assuming it didn't, like, totally run away. Can you see Rabaul from there? You can. Alright, go take some casualties and give us some intel. Really? Alright, there's a sub, but they've pulled what's left of their fleet back, it would appear. Alright, no entrenchment, terrible morale. Buda is ours! Finally! Alright, what's it going to do this supply situation? Let's move the artillery forward, move the headquarters unit to Moresby. Still not great. Amphibious transport, yes. Alright, let's upgrade these boys. We'll get that Australian army into the act soon. Japanese destroyer here. It's gonna try and run away. Get it. Well, set mode to mix. There. Carrier aviation does a pretty good job against air units, it looks like, that are like on land. Got it. Alright, we destroyed that aviation unit near Ponop. These guys get like recon along the way? They do. Okay. Set mode to mixed. Bomb those troops. Maybe we can finally make a real push toward Eniwetok. Can't quite get there this turn with my transports, but we sank the maritime aircraft at Ponop, so they've still got some at Truk, I believe. We do have to worry about that. Alright, let's move this battleship up to bombard Eniwetok next turn. I know I didn't fully upgrade it, but that's fine. Set mode to mixed. Alright, so we'll have carriers on either side of the invasion task force. Move some medium bombers maybe into range. Alright, we'll move our battleships out that way too. Hopefully they can... Well, they won't be in range to bombard next turn, but maybe in 2 turns if we're not quite ready. Alright, so we are moving the fleet back into action after a respite. Operate these maritime bombers to Kum, I guess? I don't know. What's the supply situations around here? I guess Moresby's just as good of a place as any that they can operate to. Maybe they can hit us if they've got like a sub in port or something. Okay. All right. That does that. I think we already did China. Already did Burma. So what else do we still have to do? Is there anything? Soviet stuff that I'm not really interested in touching. Chinese stuff that I'm not interested in doing anything with either right now. So I think that's about it. Alright, we do need to buy some stuff, so purchase. What about paratroopers? Taking an island via paratrooper. If the enemy's already destroyed, not a terrible idea, I suppose. But what else am I going to do with any of these guys, I guess? Super battleship will never arrive in time. Subs were already dominating maritime routes. Maybe medium bombers or tactical bombers. Or tanks. We don't really have any of these. Let's do another Chinese HQ. And Australia, you can do some medium bombers. Those could help out somewhere. Alright. New Australian core to deploy. New US sub to deploy. And that's it. So away we go. I think this turn will bring us to January 44. Maybe it'll be like the last week of December. USSR moves 5% more toward war on our side. They're still a ways away, but those 2 chits of diplomacy that we did invest in apparently paying some dividends. China finally gets mobility 1. That should open up things. Also, infantry tech level 2. So once we get a chance to pull some of these units off the line and get them upgraded, that could rapidly change things on the Chinese front. And we may have an opportunity to do that for the troops in the north. I'm curious what the Japanese are doing. So they're pulling their troops off the border of India-Burma. Seems they realize the tide has turned there. Probably because the French are coming in behind them in Indochina. Well, there's a light carrier making the narrow squeeze between southern New Guinea and Australia. I don't know about that move, but okay. Alright, maritime bombers, I think, are going after our carriers there, not the landing force. I think, I hope. The one area Japan still definitely has the advantage in is the number of air units. That's offset a little bit if our carriers get into the fight, but land-based air units are better, generally. Maritime bombers are very vulnerable, but... Alright, we're trying to retake, push toward Rangoon. I don't know that we will. Chinese army at Jinan tries to attack our cordon around their troops that are surrounded. Not very effectively. The troops in the cordon try to attack out and do very little damage. It's despite these guys being like level 3 experience. Army moves toward waiting, is it? Along the Burma-Rangoon border, does basically no damage. I'm hoping we can take Fuso this turn if the enemy supply starts getting impacted by that heavy cruiser off the coast. We shall see. Okay. British heavy artillery. Chinese get 2 new armies. Communists get an army. Australians get a corps. Australia's turning into a superpower. Right, that army's down to 0 supply. Alright, so we cut off that army near Hebai, however you pronounce that. haven't been using my bombers all that much. Come on, guys. Can't even finish this core off. Well, we didn't quite finish the encircled boys yet. Upgrade them to level 2s. We got a 4 on that. I'll take that. 0 to 2. So I didn't quite destroy these guys up here. Near Fuzhou. Very close, but not quite. Hit these surrounded troops with air. Interceptors, escorts, blah, blah, blah. Alright, we finished off that Marine division here, finally. And our ground troops should be able to go after Pakoi next turn. Probably need to pull that guy back for some R&R. But we managed to destroy the Japanese forces near Hue. Okay. We will move these. We'll hopefully take Hue next turn. And then move the French headquarters down that way. Meanwhile, we're also advancing on a road toward Bangkok. There we go. Drove them back. Looks like they've upgraded their fighter aircraft one more level. I need to be in a city for these headquarter units to be very effective. Also, hopefully they're not driving toward Lido. It looks like they might have. We got a headquarters unit over that way, eh? Well, we can move our A8 gun that way. Can't actually do anything really, but... Alright, 2 new Chinese armies. We will deploy them. I feel like Nanjing's going to turn into a big pocket to fight in. Alright. Meanwhile, moving south. Alright, anyway, talk, hit him with bombers. Right, I feel like I need one more ground unit here. These guys don't seem terribly close to defeating the enemy out that way. Maritime bombers can make it, but... What do they have on Rabaul? Is it really just the one thing? Send these Marines here. Marines don't suffer the same supply penalties, so that feels like a no-brainer. Oh, that's where they were. I forgot about that. Alright, so they got a carrier down here. A light carrier. Okay, no escorts the second time. Got him. Alright. Load these Aussies up on some amphibious transports. Should have probably bombed Rabaul before I landed the troops. Oh well. I don't know why Rabaul would have so much MPP value, but apparently it does. Probably should go for the maritime aircraft at truck, huh? Alright, well, we didn't destroy it, but I'm hoping we rendered it toothless. They'll have to reinforce it this turn. Meanwhile, the other battleships will come up and hopefully provide a screen against any potential threats. The Jeep carrier can get out here also. Get in the action, maybe. Alright. So we should take any we talk next turn, finally. And then maybe we go right into the Marianas. We do have that one sub I forgot to do anything with. Okay. Rabaul feels important just because it's a capital, so maybe that'll hurt their morale. Actually, we'll just move the headquarters right into Way itself. The problem here in advancing into Vietnam is none of these places are supply centers. Also, we do have our rear kind of exposed. These guys to Hanoi. Just in case. And I think that's it for this turn. Let's go ahead and do some research, I guess, for the US maybe still. Heavy bombers are researching 1. I wish we could do 2. Advanced fighters, I might as well bump that up to 2. Long-range aircraft, bump that up to 2. I guess advanced tanks. Why not? We got the money. Spying and intelligence. Okay, all the US money went into R&D this turn. British are going ×2 on long-range aircraft. Gonna bump up to naval weaponry. It's probably a little late for that. Next turn will be 1944, but alright. Well, let's end the turn and see what happens. Did I take any National Memorial Centers? Merrill's Marauders arrive in the China-Burma-India Theater. Yay! Special Forces, hell yeah. U.S.-sponsored Chinese tank group formed. We've been working on that one a while. That should help. Production Technology 2 for the British. Give them more money. Good for us. Alright, Rabal's going to repair. That's fine. Did we get a second Marine unit on transports, or is that this next turn? In any event, Rabal will fall either this turn or next turn. 44 is really when the U.S. steamroller got going. Fleet at flood tide, as Horn Fisher called it. But, so I do feel like we're on schedule. We're a little bit early. Oh, shit. Those Kamikaze? That looks like it's a Kamikaze unit. It just hit one of our battleships and did quite a bit of damage. I don't know what the trigger is. It's got to be like when you take a certain... when you get within a certain vicinity of the home islands or something. But I don't know that we've done that. The U.S. has done that yet. Is any... well, no, because we've been this close to any VTOC before. I'm not sure. Alright, strong counterattack toward Beijing. Doesn't quite get there, but that's probably because we upgraded the army there to infantry weapon level 2. Hell yeah. Foresight. Defensive artillery. Hitting that army coming toward Wuhan. At least slowed them down. And some reinforcements going on. I don't know how deadly, like 3 hit points on a battleship is a lot. But I also don't know how deadly that'll be. Like, is that the best it can be? Will it get worse? Meanwhile, those troops cut off. Those Marines cut off. SNLF unit suffers attrition. Tenth Kamikaze is destroyed. 10th? Does that mean they've got 9 more somewhere? The USSR is not going to build battleships. Or any of that stuff. Alright, British commando units ready this turn. Can we take Fuzhou? Great if we could, or at least destroy the unit there. Got it! We won't take the town. But did some damage. I swapped these units because these guys have level 2 weapons and these guys don't yet, so. There we go. Japanese morale is really in the toilet. They still have national oil of 69 nice percent, but alright, Pakoi will be ours. Moving down Hainan Island. Move these troops up. We'll bring an army up toward southern China. Alright. Destroyed those guys. Deep in the heart of Texas. Alright, secure that flank. Reinforce that army to full. So we are pushing deep into Indochina. We've taken Nakhon. We are just a hex away, 2 hexes away from Bangkok. We've taken Wei. We're pushing down toward Bin Nu, so we're advancing kind of down both flanks. Supplies in Thailand are going to be an issue. They have so many aircraft here. Okay. Alright, I need another headquarters unit here. Any chance it was this turn that we'll get it? No. We will get another special forces unit, but not another headquarters unit. Okay. Why are these guys unable to attack this guy effectively? Is it because he's dug in? It's because it's snowy? Like, what's going on here? Do I just have to wait for them to attrit out? Alright. Wasn't able to do as much as I would have liked in China. Anyway, we had some limited success. Well, I don't think any of these ships are in immediate danger of being sunk by kamikazes unless they get hit by multiples, but which is certainly a possibility, but no, I'm bombing them with maritime, so I was wondering why they weren't being very effective. Whatever, they still got bombs, they still drop them. They didn't do any damage. Can I get a kill? Apparently the answer to that one is no. We'll have to wait till next turn when the other Marines, or what are they, actually US Corps, is ready to do something. Suppose we could bring... Any chance our carriers can finish it off? Got him. Nice. All right, Rabaul is ours. That should be a big deal, I would think. Okay. Alright, let's see about blasting the hell out of these enemy troops on any we talk. Okay, what's their morale? 3% with 22% readiness. Okay. Using up all our damn bombs. Right, 2 and... It's really just gonna give me 2 on all that. So what do I do if I can't... I don't have enough Marines really to land here. Maybe their supply will get worse next turn? Alright. Well, we'll at least get the national morale perk of taking that town. I'm curious if you do this as an amphibious task force, if it gives you any offensive capabilities. Maybe next turn we'll get their supply down to 0 and that'll help. Like cruiser. Can the Marines deploy to Hawaii? That would have saved some time. Interesting, the US has corps and mechanized, but they can't do armies, unlike everybody else. Okay. All right. All right, what's the supply situation going to look like if we push forward out of Puna? Not good. Maybe an amphibious landing on Malaya would be worthwhile. All right. I think that does it for the turn, so let's see what the next turn has in store for us. We got to be getting close to... We're not at the end, but... Bismarck Archipelago is liberated. Naval weaponry level 2, we can finally battle the now non-existent Japanese fleet on even terms. Yay! Well, an enemy cruiser coming out of Japan is engaging our battleship there. Not surprising that they would have some stuff there. Some strategic redeployments of a number of air units and whatnot in Burma. Pulling back some exposed artillery near Nanjing. Shifting the core that survived north of Fuso into Fuso. Hopefully that just means I destroy it next turn. Reinforcing some armies who had taken some casualties. And another kamikaze attack on a battleship. 2 kamikaze attacks on a battleship. 3 kamikaze attacks on a battleship, and they sank a British battleship. Well, shit. Maritime bomber attack on the battleship near Japan, 2 of them. So we lost 2 battleships because we forward deployed our fleet way too much. I got comfortable and I lost horrible losses. Thankfully, they were British battleships. Sorry, boys. My mistake. Good thing is the kamikaze unit gets destroyed when it crashes itself. Although I'm not sure how expensive they are. Looks like the Japanese just sailed some reinforcements into China. I haven't seen that before. Kaigon. It would be great to take that capital in the north. I forgot about the armored core that we just raised for the Chinese. Whoops. Well, the kamikaze units have arrived, and we already lost a capital ship to it, so that's not great. That being said, overall the war is still going very well, and we're just wrapping this turn up here, so this is as logical a point as any to jump in here and wrap this video up. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Please leave your thoughts down below, and until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.